Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday, March 21st, 2024. My name is Sam Shalhoub, and it's time for your daily dispatch. So, first up, we've had a lot of cyber attacks. There's been, they're calling it glitches, they're saying it's a technical problem. But in the last week, there's now been multiple payment system processors who've not been able to do what they're meant to do, which is accept payments. This is with Tesco, Sainsbury, McDonald's, and now, as of yesterday, bakery chain Greg's has shut down some of its stores due to an issue accepting payments. They're saying they're technical problems, that they're saying they're network problems, but it sure seems to me like it could very well be cyber attacks. Yesterday, yesterday morning, the White House came out and announced that the U.S. Department of Commerce has reached a, quote, preliminary agreement with Intel to provide upwards of $8.5 billion in grants and as much as $11 billion in loans under the CHIPS and Science Act to expand semiconductor factories in the U.S. Now, isn't it interesting that China is sending even more warplanes to Taiwan? Well, we all know Taiwan is the largest manufacturer of semiconductors in the world, I believe. Are they thinking that there's going to be a supply chain issue, and that's why they're pushing the fabs to be built here in America? Well, it sure looks that way to me. Ron Paul was on Tucker Carlson's show a couple days ago, and he warned of what he thought a black swan event was going to take place in the very near future. And I find it interesting that General Mike Flynn has said the same thing. Is it imminent? Well, your guess is as good as mine, but if those two gentlemen are talking about it, I'd say it's probably a possibility, if not a probability. And also, when Ron Paul was on Tucker's show, he said that he doesn't believe in the government should be in our schools. It's not authorized in the Constitution, and that's the source of all of our problems. Well, he's got a point there. You always go after the children. That's what most nefarious people do, and unfortunately, it's been very effective. But I agree with him. Having the government involved with or running our schools is not the best choice we can make as Americans. And I would love to hear your opinion on these as well. And here we go again. According to Disclosed TV, a Boeing 737 plane made an emergency landing after taking off in Aruba. There's been all kinds of reports with the quality control that they're more concerned about producing the planes than they are with the quality of the planes. Well, here's another example of it. According to The Hill, Rand Paul, Ron Paul's son, vows to hold up the 1 trillion minibus that must pass by Friday. I personally think, shut it down. Let's see what happens. I don't know that it's ever happened, at least not at the level we're at now, but Rand Paul seems to think that's what should happen. Now, this next story is very interesting. Some of you may get what I'm getting at, others may not, but Elon Musk posted 3 dogs on St. Patrick's Day. And then 3 days later, the Irish Prime Minister resigned, which we talked about yesterday. Are there signals being sent? I truly believe there are. Is this one of them? Well, it very well could be. Former Hunter Biden business partner Tony Bobulinski just testified yesterday that China Energy, there's tremendous evidence that they were bribing the Biden family, and they were doing it via Hunter Biden. Anybody who's been paying attention knows what's been going on there. They've obfuscated so much of the information. They have pushed the narrative in such a direction, but now I don't see how they get around it. There's multiple whistleblowers coming out. How do they dodge it? Well, I don't know, but I'll certainly keep an eye on it and let you know what I find out. Hunter Biden refused to testify after being subpoenaed by Congress. Refusal to comply with a congressional subpoena should result in Hunter being held in contempt. At least it would for anyone else. Interesting. Let's see how this plays out as well. I don't know what to expect at this point. According to Business Insider, Argentinians are buying Bitcoin instead of US dollars to fight runaway inflation. So many countries are doing it, so many individuals. Oh, and by the way, you can now sign up for my Bitcoin classes. I'll teach you personally how to buy Bitcoin and how to hold it. Just go to samshalhoub.com and schedule an appointment there. Two of the largest U.S. newspaper chains, will stop using content from the Associated Press. This is apparently a pretty big deal. AP has been around a long time. I don't know how trustworthy they are. I don't tend to think they are very trustworthy. But now, two of the largest newspaper chains aren't going to use their information flow. I, for one, think that's a good idea. So that's all we have for today. If you'd like to support this channel, you can go to samshalhoub.com. There's multiple ways to do it. You can go to MyPillow and use the discount code SAM. You can buy me a cup of coffee, or you can just say hello. All of them are welcome. So in the meantime, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.